President Trump's tweet announcing the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Syria continues to make headlines. Fallout comes from both sides of the aisle in Washington and both sides of the Atlantic. There is outrage and concern over abandoning our ally in the fight against ISIS. News 3's Martin Staunton is joining us now with local reaction.
Good evening to you, Tina, and to everyone out there watching. The backlash over the president's tweets has two prongs. One is about the message it sends to our other allies, and the other is due to his announcement of U.S. foreign policy changes made on social media. President Trump tweets a warning to Turkey, a defense of his decision to pull out of Syria, saying if the Turks do anything, quote, I, in my great and unmatched wisdom, consider to be off limits, I will totally destroy and obliterate the economy of Turkey. I've done before, end quote. In Washington, some high-profile Republican senators, along with Democrats, called the withdrawal a mistake, including Senators Lindsey Graham, Marco Rubio, Mitt Romney, and even former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. We asked Georgia Congressman Earl Carter. Do you still support the president fully, wholeheartedly?
Well, now look, I'm not in favor of us pulling out of Syria. Let's be clear there. I want us to revisit this. I want to be assured of what the end plan is, just like other members who have spoken out want to be assured of that. But I do have confidence in this president. I do have confidence in he and his advisors.
Trump's tweets are infuriating Syrian Kurds who stand to lose their gains won during Syria's civil war. The president says U.S. troops will step aside for an expected Turkish attack on those Kurds who have fought alongside Americans for years. A disappointing decision for people we spoke with in Savannah.
It just doesn't make sense coming from a president. He is just making us look like a fool to the rest of the world, in my opinion.
I don't think it was a good move. I mean, I support President Trump, but I think he should have gone through the proper channel.
There's a certain amount of dignity and class that comes with the POTUS, and we're just lacking it right now. That's really what I see. I mean, he shouldn't even be on Twitter.
Congressman Carter says the president is known to listen to people sometimes and even change his mind, and he's hoping that's the case with the troop withdrawal from northern Syria. We'll see. Martin Staunton, WSAV News 3.
Martin, thank you.